All right, so this is going to be our last attempt to cover a ongoing situation. We have a large tornado on the ground about to hit Charleston, and this is going to be a major tornado going through Charleston. We've been tracking this since it crossed Interstate 57. So, in case you missed our community post, we have been having internet issues, so that's why we haven't been able to stream. Our plan was to not stream anymore because of the internet issues, but I did hear it was because of an internet outage ongoing in this area. It's going to be ending soon, so we probably might have an additional hour where we might have to be worried about outages. But apart from that, off topic, right now we have a large tornado on the ground about to hit Charleston directly. It basically already went through Charleston. So we need everybody in Charleston to get to their safe spots immediately. This is a large tornado on the ground, intense tornado on the ground that is impacting the Charleston area. Live camera views will be hard to come by, but this is going to be directly on top of Charleston and making a run for Interstate 70. So far, besides the tornado that we had in Wisconsin that we were able to cover briefly before our internet outage, there hasn't been too much activity until now. And we are going to be checking out here to see what we have on Twitter. I did see that we did have a photo of a tornado. We also do have a brand new confirmed tornado on the ground here. This is going to be confirmed by emergency management. If you go back a couple scans, you can see a very powerful couplet right there forming east of Interstate 55. All right, that's going to be east of Interstate 55. So everyone in Taylorville, get to your safe spots immediately. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground by law enforcement. And we have another large one on the ground in Charleston. You can see that debris ball forming on radar as this tornado is likely doing significant damage to areas in Charleston. It's going to be lining directly up in northern Charleston. So right now the time is 7:01. We just went across the 7 o'clock hour. And right now we are tracking these storms for the possibility of producing intense tornadoes. And these are going to be rain wrapped. You're not going to be able to see them. They are going to be heavily rain wrapped. And this one is rain wrapped, all right? This one is rain wrapped. We are also tracking Tropical Storm Arthur as it's making its landfall. I mean, it's already inland at this point, going into Texas and southern Louisiana. Yeah, this is right on top of Charleston. We're going to try getting a scanner in the area, but that is a big debris ball. We have a debris ball forming. If we go to our CC here, it is a little bit contaminated, but we can see a large tornado going through Charleston right now. And don't forget, we have this one out west. We have another situation on going out to the west where the possibility of another strong tornado could persist for at least a couple more hours. We do have a tornado warning out to the east. They'll probably extend this one or drop it. We'll probably take a look at that in just a second. But yeah, if we go ahead and go to our CC here, you'd see we had that tornado debris signature right over Charleston. And yeah, they just dropped that tornado warning, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, you can see that tornado debris signature go right near Interstate 57, then crosses, and then it goes right for Charleston. So we likely had a tornado, likely still in progress, over the Charleston area that is completely rain wrapped. that is completely rain wrapped, and that is going to be continuing to move southeast here. Everyone in Westfield, you need to be in your safe spots immediately. This is going to be coming dangerously close to you, and we definitely need everybody coming up here into, let's get the county information, into northern Clark County to get ready to seek shelter. Everyone in southern Edgar County and northern Clark County needs to be in their safe spots when they do extend this, which I do expect an extension here momentarily. Yeah, this is a broad area. Let's go back out west here. We have a broad area rotation forming near Taylorville. This one was on the ground. We'll see if we can get a tornado debris signature here from this one. And right now, I don't really see a tornado debris signature, but that doesn't mean a tornado did not form. Again, this is very rural Illinois. There's a lot of farm fields, so likely may have not hit anything of note, but law enforcement did confirm that a tornado was on the ground of that one. And we're starting to see a lot of contamination with this storm. If we go ahead and see if we can get it from another radar site. Yeah, you can see that area rotation right there. Let's go ahead and get it from Evansville and see what we're working with as well. You can see that area rotation. We're scanning this from the upper level, where it seems like the upper level rotation has gotten a little bit more broader right now. However, it's very contaminated. It likely was on the ground right here based off the signature. That likely suggests that we had a debris ball with this storm. And this is a very rain-wrapped storm, by the way. This is a very rain-wrapped storm. So you are not going to... you're not going to see this. One of the big things that really limited some of this, that limited a lot of the area today, was an outflow boundary that was produced by one of the storms near Lincoln that really put a limit on some of these storms, but the strong tornado potential was still going to be there. And right now, I would probably be seeing an extension of this here soon. This would probably be pushed into northern Clark County and maybe include a little bit of southern Edgar County, as it's kind of going in a southeastward direction. So for tornado damage, yeah, we are already getting some damage out of Charleston, Illinois, of some trees that have been blown down. Again, there's usually a lot of camera views in the vicinity of this, but this is not one of these types of events. We're going to see a photogenic tornado on the ground. These are going to be messy, rain-wrapped tornadoes. All right, they're going to be messy and rain-wrapped. But yeah, this was a large tornado on the ground that we saw before, during our time off the air. And there's your extension over to, all the way towards the state line, actually. This is a PDS tornado warning for a weather spotter confirmed tornado. This is going to be in effect till 8 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time. And we're going to be seeing this in effect for southeastern Coles County, southern Edgar County, and northern Clark County. And it's going to be moving to the east at 45 miles per hour, right? East at 45 is how fast we're seeing this move. And so as we continue our live coverage here, I just want to say that our camera coverage is going to be mostly unavailable due to the outage that really screwed up a lot of things behind the scenes. So I do apologize for that, but there is not really anything I could really do about it. So this is going to be moving towards Marshall, places like Marshall, Clark Center, Denson, and Oliver. If you're in those areas, you need to be taking shelter immediately. We are calling out northern Clark County and southern Edgar County as the next in line from this powerful tornado. Even if it's not on the ground, it is still likely producing damaging winds, and it could easily spin back up into a large tornado. Because again, this is right in the middle of the moderate corridor. Intense tornadoes are possible with this. And as we go ahead and take a look at this warned storm, right now I don't see much in terms of rotation, but the strongest part of this storm is just about to go through Taylorville here, pretty much right now. We could see some hail with that. We could see some winds with that, and always the potential for a tornado. Yeah, we do have tornado damage as well from Harper's Ferry, which is something that we did cover in one of the streams we tried doing, was the one in Harper's Ferry. If we after this, I might try bringing that back online. I might try to compile all of this here into something for replay viewers to watch, even though there's been a lot of glitches. There's going to be a broad area rotation moving towards Marshall. The rotation has gotten a lot more broader. But we'll go in and take a look at the other radar sites because there is a bit of contamination in this. We'll go in and check it from Evansville. Yeah, Evansville provides a good view of the upper level rotation. You could see that area rotation approaching Westfield. This is basically right on Westfield now. And they still have this as a PDS, so everyone in this area, everyone in northern Clark County and southern Edgar County, get to your safe spots immediately. Again, we're taking a look at from Evansville to take a look at some of the upper level rotation. You can see it coming together a little bit here on top of Westfield. You can see it coming right on top of Westfield. So, and then we do have a new tornado warning in effect for Wisconsin. We'll go in and take a look. It's going to be south of Madison, Wisconsin. We do have a broad area rotation moving east at 40 miles per hour. And it's going to be in effect till 8 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time. The main worry is going to be spin-up tornadoes of this line coming in into southern Wisconsin, and probably might make a small entrance here to the very northern parts of Illinois. Yeah, just a major tornado that happens in the Charleston area and areas northwest of Charleston. So again, we don't have camera coverage right now. We don't have it. The internet's really rocked us, unfortunately. So I do apologize for that. We do have several flash flood warnings as well. I'm pretty sure there's a moderate risk for flash flooding in effect. We also do have this, and again, with these kinds of storms, we're really gonna have to be worried about them for the chances of tornadoes. We got this one over here on top of Decatur. Decatur was in a warning earlier today. This will be in effect till 8 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time, moving east at 45 miles per hour for 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-sized hail. So right now, this area now past Westfield. So everyone in Charleston, you're basically now in the clear from this storm. But if there is tornado damage, do not go out. And this is going to be moving on top of Interstate 7. Oh, okay. We do have a confirmed tornado on the ground now in Wisconsin. There's going to be a radar confirmed tornado. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Yep, there is your tornado debris signature forming north of Dayton. And yeah, that's going to be your rotation right there that produced a tornado. That's likely still in progress here north of Dayton. So there's going to be in Wisconsin, south of Madison, all right? There's going to be south of Madison, making a run for Brooklyn and areas along Highway 14. And yeah, it's still on the ground now. You can see by that newest scan, it's picking up more debris. So it is still a tornado in progress. We're going to put up the velocity signature here. So everyone in Brooklyn, you need to be in your safe spots. There is a confirmed tornado on the ground causing damage. That is causing damage. And you need to be in your safe spots. We do have a new tornado warning in effect for Indiana. This one's going to be in effect for places in let's see the county information here. Northeastern Vigo County, Northwestern Clay County, Southeastern Park County, and Central Putnam County. I'm butchering that, my bad, but that is going to be the county information with this. And you can see that area rotation making its way towards places along Highway 59, including Carbon and Brazil. It is eventually going to be making its way towards Greencastle. And if this does hold itself together, the storm itself can make a run for in Indianapolis. So that is something that we are going to have to be worried about with this. And yeah, it looks like they're getting ready to drop this tornado warning here momentarily. There's going to be for a tornado possible until 8:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So that's going to be an area we're going to be looking out for the possibility of a tornado. And you can see the rotation over here. Can't get any tornado debris signature off it because we're scanning it pretty high up. There's going to be a broad area rotation near Highway 49, and it's going to be making its way towards Interstate 70. Yeah, and there's another internet problem. But yeah, it's going to be, you can see this broad area rotation moving towards Westfield, towards Interstate 70. And yeah, so we have four tornado warnings right now, including this one that's currently on the ground the tornado debris signature. We could probably get an estimate of how high that debris is going. Not yet. We can't get one just yet. But as soon as that becomes available to us, we'll go ahead and get it up for you guys. Yeah, I just wanted to jump on here and cover that large tornado right there. That was something that we were concerned about. If we go ahead and go back out here, if it's trying to reform rotation, it would probably be right near Pana. West of Pana would be where that rotation would try to reform. Let's go ahead and take a look at the upper levels here to see if we got anything trying to kick up. No, they haven't updated yet, but I'm willing to say that if we have any rotation forming, it would be near Pana. But yeah, right now this might be another area rotation trying to form near Pana. So you're going to keep a very close eye on that. And one concerning factor is that this storm is basically completely by itself. It hasn't really, there isn't really anything to interact with it. So if it can get itself planted and going, then this does have a history of producing a tornado. It could be a sign of trouble. It could be a major sign of trouble. And going back to Wisconsin, where we are also tracking that tornado. Going to take a look here. Yeah, the debris fallout. You can see a lot of that right there. This tornado is likely still in progress to an extent. Hasn't really... okay, now we're able to get an idea of how high it's lofted debris here. And it seems to be just under 10,000 feet that we're scanning it at right now. As for how high we're scanning that debris going. And yep, there we go. New tornado warning for this storm right here, the one we called out. Everyone in Pana, gets your safe spots. You're now under a tornado warning. And if you take a look, we do have some rotation happening at the upper levels. And it's going to be making its way right for Pana. Or just right south of Pana. So we need everybody in... Let's go ahead and get the county information on this one. In southeastern Christian County and central Shelby County. You need to be in your safe spots immediately. This is going to be moving in your direction. And everyone in Pana, Tower Hill, Lakewood, Shelbyville, you need to be in your safe spots, all right? And there's going to be for the potential of a tornado. This will be in effect till 8 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time. Just a reminder that our main tornado watch does expire at around 10 p.m. tonight. And there's been a... Okay, let's go and check this out first. We have some broad rotation trying to make it to Carbon right now. So everyone in Carbon, remain in your safe spots. And everyone in Greencastle and the area south, you need to remain in your safe spots. Checking out the upper level rotation here on this Stormy, you can still see a little bit of broad rotation approaching Interstate 70. It's definitely not as of what it used to be, but it does have a history of producing a intense tornado. So we are going to have to be on the lookout to see if that produces anything again in the future. And just to cover, let's go ahead and see. Yeah, tornado near Charleston. We've been getting a few images of that. Let's go back up north real quick. Getting a general idea of what's going on here. Yeah, it seems like the tornado has lifted. We're just seeing the remnants of the debris near Brooklyn right now. And the rotation is really broad now, but everyone in Brooklyn remain in their safe spots just to be on the safe side. There's going to be an interior room, the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Everyone in Cooksville as well remain in your safe spots. But everyone in Dayton, Belleville, and even places like Evansville, you are in the clear right now. You're just dealing with that line at this current moment. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, our next outlook is going to be at. Let's go ahead and take a look. Our next outlook's going to be at 8 o'clock p.m. That's going to be our final one of the night. It's going to be at 8 o'clock. So we'll be up till then, unless our internet drops out again. Which there is a non-zero chance that my internet completely dies out and the stream stops. But we're going to stay on. Everyone in Taylorville, you've been in the clear, but they just dropped the warning for you guys. And this is going to be moving right towards Pana, this area of broad rotation, trying to get itself together right now, but we'll have to see how it goes. So right now, this storm right here is going to be continuing to move to the east here. It's still tornado warned until 8:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And we're going to be seeing if that develops into anything as well. So go ahead and check in social media to see if we got any tornado damage. We do have some of the tornado damage. A lot of trees down. A lot of power lines down. Some structural damage. So yeah, it appears that we did have a significant tornado today in Illinois, as well as the one up there on the Iowa-Wisconsin border. That was another area that we saw. And yeah, so they've gone ahead and dropped Rosedale and Bridgeton out of the warning, so you are in the clear. If you're in those two places, you do have some more thunderstorms coming, so you're not done just yet. But for that tornado warning, you are done with that. We do have a new tornado warning we just picked up here. This is going to be moving this is going to be moving across state lines, and it's going to be in effect till 9:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So we're also jumping time zones as well. So if we go ahead and keep on this radar here, you're starting to see a little bit more of a hook forming of this carbon storm. We're going to have to watch this very closely here as this continues to make it run for Indianapolis, either with this tornado warning storm or without. It's still going to be capable of producing some hail and some damaging winds as it gets closer. Going mainly will go south right here. Maybe like the places like Southport, which we saw some power flashes from on June 11th in this from a similar event like this, where we had EF3s. But right now, this is going to be continuing to chug to the southeast. So let's go ahead and take a look behind this, behind all this activity. For places like Lincoln and Champaign. Right now, for places like Lincoln and Champaign, you guys are doing pretty all right now. That flash flood warning has been dropped for Champaign. Lincoln, I mean, you have a few passing showers, might cause a bit of lightning activity, but right now, the main show is happening to your southeast at this current moment. So, if you're just joining us, you're continuing to track this severe weather event that is producing strong tornadoes. We've been having internet issues all day, so haven't really been able to get on the air much, and haven't really been able to show haven't really been able to show the cameras that much. Checking out some of the SPC discussions here, and Mesoscale discussions. We go and take a look here. Yeah, severe risk will continue spreading east southward this evening. A couple of supercells are tracking east southward along a southern flank of a large convective cluster, and it's basically highlighting this area. The strong low level But right now, we are going to be continuing to track all of this. As it all develops here. We are also doing with the internet, which I've said for the 500th time. I know, but so something I have to bring up regardless. In case we had any new people joining us. Yeah, we have this area, we have this storm here that's trying to produce a tornado. It's going to be near Brazil, east of Brazil, north. And yeah, so the 1 year Pana, haven't really seen much in terms of defined rotation at this current second, but something could easily kick up here within probably within I think its window would probably be over the next 1 to 2 hours for it to produce something. To try to get some cameras, again, the cameras gonna be really hard with the internet stuff, so we'll try getting it for you guys, because again, that's what we do here. I don't want to say that we're providing live cameras and have none, you know? So let's go ahead and try to get some up. If it's not going to just instantly crash my internet, hopefully. Went for the best on that. Oh, it's kind of killing the internet a little bit, but I think we'll be able to share it, but we're probably only going to be limited to one camera, unfortunately. So I do have one here that we could go ahead and get up. And if I can just readjust, I'll go and crop that out a little bit so you could easily see a little bit more of that. I would probably do like, no, that's too much. Probably like 250. Yep, 250. Probably 250 that way. 100 down, and then like 100 up. No, 150. I'm basically just adjusting the values here, so that way you guys can get a better view. Yeah, I mean that's what we do here. So I do want to try getting cameras despite our internet situation. So that's going to be on this tornado warned storm. That's going to continue to chug its way eastward towards the state line. And we are going to be watching this very closely to see if it does redevelop to anything significant. But right now, let's go ahead and check back on the one in Wisconsin, because I know we haven't done that in a while. Yeah, for the one in Wisconsin, we can probably get that tornado warning out of here. We're just gonna be worried about severe winds here, potentially up to 60 miles per hour, and spin up tornadoes with that one. And we're also tracking Tropical Storm Arthur. Arthur's gonna bring some little bit of gusty winds, but mainly gonna be a big rainmaker. It's gonna be producing a lot of rain. Yeah, we're going to be watching this very closely for any signs of redevelopment. We do have cameras waiting to capture something. This is the one of the ones that we're showing right now is on the top right of your screen. And let's see if we got anything else ongoing. I don't see anything else right now that we need to cover immediately. Next thing I do want to check is see if we got any new tornado damage. We did get some out of Charleston, but after that, we didn't really get much after that. Oh yeah, we can see some clear as day tree damage. There is a semi that was flipped over. Some clear tornado damage there. Yeah, there's a lot of trees down, structural damage. And yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look here to see if this does redevelop into something major. And this does have a history of producing a strong tornado that was over Charleston. And yeah, here are some of the reports here. Significant tree damage, lines down, and building damage, and mobile homes destroyed and flipped. So yeah, we do have tornado damage all across Charleston after a tornado went through the area. And we'll keep you updated on the damage and the what we're seeing on the ground in that general vicinity. Also today, we also had a tornado on the ground in Enterprise, Alabama that did cause some damage. The extent not really known at this current moment. We are dealing with a little bit of more internet trouble, but it's yeah, that's not on your guys' end, that's on our end. But yeah, we are now getting more photos of the tornado damage. A lot of trees down. I'll try to see if I can get permission to share any of this. Yeah, power lines down, trees down. Just not a good sign right now. Your new severe thunderstorm warning has been extended into areas southwest, outside of areas southwest of Indy. They have issued a brand new tornado warning along places of Jamesville and areas south for the potential of a tornado. It's going to be in effect till 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And the general, let's see here. The severe thunderstorm cable producing a tornado was located over Footville or 8 miles east of Broadhead. And yeah, that will be your rotation right here. It is pretty broad right now. We'll go in and check for a tornado debris signature. No, we do not have one at the moment, but it is still some rotation that's going to be approaching the area. So we need everybody in between Jamesville and areas in Jamesville and areas south to get to shelter. It's going to be moving towards Interstate 39 and Interstate 43. We've covered this area before. There is cameras here, but obviously the internet trouble. Let me readjust. You might hear some noise. The internet trouble really going to prevent us from getting much. They have to drop the tornado warning, by the way. They also dropped the tornado warning for Shelbyville. So we're now down to 4. All right, so sorry about that. I am now back, but right now the tornado warning for Greencastle, that's been dropped down to a severe thunderstorm warning. The one for Shelbyville has also been dropped. So coming up soon, we're gonna get our next SPC outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. That's basically gonna tell us what we're gonna be doing with for the remainder of tonight. And again, the main tornado watch that we have will be in effect for Illinois, at least. That one will be in effect until 10 o'clock. The tornado watch that we have for Indiana, that will be in effect till 12 a.m. Central. So that will expire 2 hours after the tornado watch that we have right now for Illinois and parts of Missouri. I'm not sure if they already dropped Missouri out of it. I'll go in and take a look. Yeah, they haven't just yet. All right, new mesoscale discussion. Tornado watch issuance is possible later this evening, and this is going to be related to Tropical Storm Arthur. It's going to be related to Tropical Storm Arthur. So while we have a moment, let's go ahead and talk about that. And we do have a slight risk in my neck of the woods for the potential of tornadoes. And you can see right now, Arthur is going to be on the way to us. And we'll be producing a lot of rain and the potential for some tornadoes. We are going to have some potential for tornadoes throughout tonight into the overnight hours. And they are basically saying we are going to be getting, we are very, that a tornado watch is possible later this evening. All right, we are now back. Yeah, so going back to Wisconsin, we're still checking that broad area rotation. No tornado breeze signature at the moment with that one, but we are going to be keeping a very close eye on it. They've also, if we go ahead and go back to this storm, you're going to be tracking this as it gets close to one of our cameras. I don't know if we're going to see much, but we'll see if we can get anything. And it's going to be approaching, just across the state line, it's going to be approaching 63 and then 41. As it continues to push eastward into the Indiana side of the moderate risk corridor. And we do have a new tornado warning now. This one's going to be for the storm that was warned over Pana. And this is going to be moving towards Interstate 57 and Interstate 70. And this will have the potential of producing a tornado. This one will be in effect until 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. It's going to be moving to the east at 50 miles per hour. 50 miles per hour. And your rotation, your area of circulation is going to be right in that couplet right there. As you can see, we'll go in and pause the radar. You can see near Beach or City is where your couplet's going to be. You know, check for a tornado debris signature. Obviously, there's not right now. But it's going to be moving towards Beach or City and Shumway. And, whoa, you can see, they just pointed the camera. You can now see that a structure coming in. Again, these are going to be rain wrapped. You're not going to be able to see these types of tornadoes. They're going to be heavily rain wrapped. So you're not going to be able to see anything. It also means we're not going to see anything off these cameras. We could see that just major storm passing through right now as the camera is turned. And right now, checking back in on this one, I don't see much in terms of rotation yet. It did have some broad rotation, but right now it's really broadening out. But we need everybody to remain sheltered in place just in case there's any signs of redevelopment of that one. Right now, still waiting. We're about 5 minutes away from the next SPC outlook. And once we get that, we'll take a look at it and see what we're working with by that point. Right now, starting to pick up some more, bit more stronger rotation near Beach or City. You can see that hook echo really trying to get going. It's going to be moving towards 33 and 32. We need everybody in the path for that to seek shelter immediately. They pick up a brand new severe thunderstorm warning with this one as well. It's going to be moving towards Interstate 55 at this current moment. We also picked up a few, we did pick up a damage report here. Reports of damage to multiple structures and trees, very likely from the tornado. Very likely so from the tornado. And we're going to be, oh yeah, you can continue to see that area circulation on the top right. I mean, not circulation, the tornado warning storm on the top right now. That's going to be approaching through where this camera is located. I'm pretty sure it's along 41. So hopefully we can get through this without much impacts, but we're going to be continuing to watch this here. We do have you can start to see that hook echo trying to form again. And you can see what we're looking at right now. You can see all the scud from this tornado warning storm on the horizon that we've been seeing across this entire shelf, I would say. Along that shelf, just a lot of scud, and we're probably looking directly at the storm that's trying to spin itself back up. I'm going to be watching this very closely. We're going to stay on this camera. We're going to stay directly on this camera and see what exactly we're working with. So if we go ahead and check for... Yeah, we don't have a 20-degree signature right now, but it seems like we might have an area of broad rotation trying to kick back up. Gonna be along Spring Hill Road. I just want to make sure that there's a way to stay ahead of it. Yeah, it's the closest view that we got. And yeah, you can see that area rotation trying to kick up. It's going to be near 41. So yeah, an area of circulation is trying to kick up right now near Riley. It's going to be west northwest of Riley. And you can see we're basically directly looking at it. You can see a wall cloud trying to form. You can see that wall cloud. So let's go ahead and take that full. Let's take that full. I'm gonna have to move this up. I'll go with there we go. Yeah, you can see a clear view of this rotating storm that is producing another couplet right now. And so it is becoming since the it is becoming nighttime. Since it is becoming nighttime, the camera quality is gonna start getting worse. It appears as though we might have a area rotation trying to kick up over here that just crossed 41. And it looks like we were looking at a wall cloud. As we just rolled over to the 8 o'clock hour. But yeah, we have a yeah we're now back after we had a brief internet outage, but yeah, there's gonna be moving towards Riley. We have a bit of a hook echo trying to kick up, so let's go. While we keep taking a look at that, we're gonna go ahead and get out of the full screen and go ahead and go back over here because it looks like we do have an area of circulation here that's really starting to kick up. Do you have a tornado debris signature? Not yet, but this is a rapidly developing area that could produce a tornado within any minute. So everyone in that polygon needs to be in their shelters immediately. This is a rapidly developing area of rotation that could produce a tornado at any minute. There is a live view available out there that we'll go ahead and try taking a look at. But for that, we're going to have to go back to a radar feed for just a second in order to get that set up. But right now, there's going to be moving towards Effingham. And I'm just trying to readjust the size. Yeah, they are moving that camera. All right, so cutting now. That the camera on the top left, that is a live view out of that's gonna be a live view of Effingham, if that's how you say it. And I'm pretty sure we're looking directly at the circulation. And this is right on top of Shum Way. This is going to be continuing to move towards Interstate 57. No signs of a tornado debris signature just yet on that one. But I do want to go ahead and just get this readjusted. Yeah, we're taking a look at a live view of this tornado that is going to be crossing 32 within minutes, if not already. So, again, your tornado precautions. That's going to be the most interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building away from windows. If you're in a mobile home, evacuate to a more substantial shelter. And make sure to protect yourself from flying debris. Let's go ahead and go back up north so we don't neglect these people in this warning. Right now, very broad area rotation, nothing much. Tornado debris, no tornado debris signature right now with that. Everyone should remain in their shelters for about probably 10 to 15 more minutes, and then we can get you out of that. And then if we go out here, the rotation that we're seeing has really lightened up, which is good news. So right now, the strongest one. Oh, and there it is. Tornado on the ground. That is a tornado on the ground. Let's take that full. Let's take that full. Let's take that full right now. That is a tornado on the ground. We have a tornado on the ground. Everyone needs to seek shelter right now. Confirmed tornado on the ground. You can see it right there. That's going to be over Shum Way. You need to seek the shelter right now. This is a tornado on the ground. Keep this full. We're gonna keep this full. That is a decently sized tornado on the ground. That's gonna be approaching Interstate 57 in Highway 45. But there it is. That is a tornado on the ground. This is live. The time is 8:08 p.m. Central Time. Let's go ahead and get it back up. Get the camera back up. There it is. There is the tornado right there. So this is going to be producing. This can produce some serious damage. And this is definitely going to go observed within minutes. We have it on the ground right now. Very strong couplet on radar. As it just crossed 32. Just crossed 32. Going to be making a run for 45. You can see the tornado right there. They zoomed in on it. You're not going to get any better views than this. This is a tornado on the ground. And it's going to be moving to the east, maybe southeast. But if you're just joining us, we are currently tracking a live tornado on one of our cameras. This is making a direct run towards Interstate 57 and Highway 45. Yep, just when observed now. Just when observed. Weather spotter confirmed tornado. We have it on camera. You have to turn that camera a little bit to the right. There we go. But you can see the dirt cloud under it. You can see all the debris. All that debris will be lofted through there. You can see the dirt cloud as it's continuing to move eastward. So everybody in the path needs to be in their tornado safe spots immediately. We're going to keep this full for as long as we can. Looks like it has dissipated a little bit, but you can still see the spin from the dirt cloud. So it is still on the ground. It's still on the ground right now. You're not going to get it any better. This is going to be approaching Highway 45. Everyone, if you're on Highway 45, you need to pull off immediately. You have a tornado on the ground going directly for you. And you can continue to see this approach Highway 45. It is a decently sized tornado. And this is live right now. This is an incredible shot. You're not going to get anything better than that. You are not going to get anything better than that. Continuing to move towards Highway 45. Just waiting for the next scan. Yeah, it's going to be on Highway 45 and in Interstate 57. It's going to be on Highway 45 first and Interstate 57. Seems like it is coming back down. I am taking a screenshot of that. And this is going to be a strong tornado in progress. So again, anybody out, anybody in this polygon, get to your safe spots. That's an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building away from windows. And if you're in a mobile home, you need to immediately get to a more substantial shelter. You need to immediately get to a more substantial shelter, as it's going to be continuing to move towards Interstate 57. Highway 45 will be first. Highway 45 will be first. And then Interstate 57 right after. But yeah, we got to this camera about 10 minutes ago, and we were able to get... They turned the camera left, and the tornado was right there on the ground. And now it's starting to get shrouded in rain, becoming a bit difficult to see. You can still see it a little bit right there. You can see that dirt cloud right there. A bit of that condensation. Yeah, now it's starting to become a bit more covered in rain. Going to be more harder to see. You can see the wind from this storm shaking those antennas right there. And you can see a power flash right there. Did we lose the camera? No, we didn't. But yeah, we just had a power flash right there. So we're looking directly at the tornado. And we're going to stay on this till we can't anymore. We're going to stay on it till we can't. The wind is really picking up. You can see it completely shrouded in rain at this point. If I go back to radar behind the scenes here, because we're definitely keeping this full. This is now directly on 45. We do have a small debris ball up here, is like on radar. So it has produced damage. And we were seeing that reflected on the debris ball. And Interstate 57 is probably going to be 2 minutes after. It's going to be very, very quick. So this is going to be right on Interstate 57 within moments. And if you could see, it's kind of hard to see, but you can still see the condensation. You can still see the condensation. It's very hard to see. It's more shrouded in rain, but you can still see it. That is a that is a powerful tornado on the ground. And you're not going to get any better view. Yeah, tornado report train spotter. I mean, we didn't need that. We saw it right here. Yeah, everyone along Interstate 70, we're talking about area southeast now. You need to be in your safe spots immediately. There's a PDS tornado warning, particularly dangerous situation. You need to take cover immediately. You can see the spin on the rotation itself. You can see how that's spinning with that tornado right underneath. It is getting pretty rain wrapped from this perspective. But we did see power flashes. We did see the tornado itself fully on the ground. And right now, we are going to be continuing to track this here. We don't have any more cameras downstream, so this is the only camera that we have. And yeah, you can actually still see it right there. Big time lightning as well. And if we go ahead and take a look, let's go ahead and take a look at some tornado damage. If you got any from that. Doesn't appear so right now, but that definitely did cause some damage. We're just waiting to see the extent. Yeah, that is likely the last of the views we're gonna get from that. So we're gonna go ahead and pull away now from that. And oh, I didn't want to show that on the top right. I was checking social media for the tornado damage. We must go back to radar feed for just a second. Where you could see, we're going to go and replay the radar and probably do a replay what we saw. You could see the tornado form. It was right around here when we saw it on radar. I mean, not on radar, the on the camera. And it immediately made it for 45, then crossed 57, now crossing 70, and we can still pick up a big time debris ball with this storm. So this is a big time tornado on the ground that we need everybody, where we're going to be calling everybody out here in this polygon to seek shelter immediately. And we're really going to try to see if there's any picture cameras in the vicinity. We do have this one picture camera. If you look at the top right of your screen, that's going to be a look at the tornado warning storm. Can't see anything because it's a bit too blurry, but that is the only picture camera that we have. So this is a large tornado on the ground that we've seen live on air. We've seen it live on air, and that has produced major, possibly major damage. Let's go ahead and go back to our cameras here to continue to track this. And then if you go out this way, let me pull that out because I do need to use that to see storm chases in the area. And obviously can't share them. Okay, newest image does show a large, continuing to show a large tornado in progress. It's continuing to show a large tornado in progress with debris in the air. So this is still a destructive tornado on the ground. This is still a destructive tornado on the ground. You could see that debris ball that we would expect with a stronger tornado. All right, and again, we are still dealing with the internet trouble, so the stream might cut out from time to time. We do have the camera on the top left may now be down. We'll try to get a reload on that. All right, we're unable to get it, so we're going to go back to radar feed for right now, folks. Let's go ahead and see how high we're lofted into this tornado is lofted in debris. This is still a major tornado debris signature. Yeah, we're getting debris over 20,000. And soon, once we can get this out of here, we're going and replay what we saw. But for right now, we're going to be calling everyone out near Montrose. You need to be in your safe spots immediately. This is a destructive tornado on the ground. There's a destructive tornado on the ground making a run towards Rose Hill. Everyone in Rose Hill, get to your safe spots as well. Just a lot of debris that we're seeing. And you got Rose Hill, get to your safe spots now. Yale, get to your safe spots now. We're calling it Willow Hill, Yale, Hazeldale, Rose Hill, and Newton. If you're in those areas, you need to be in your safe spots. If you go back to the multicam, we might have a view of the tornado in the distance. Let's go ahead and get that full screened. If we can get this all, if we can get this all above the clutter. Give me 1 second. Just needs to go all above the clutter. You might be able to see that tornado in the distance. That is the tornado right there. I'm very certain that is. And we're looking directly eastbound. So this would be right where that tornado would be. So this was taken at 8 since these take a photo every so often. This was taken at 8:18 p.m. Central Time. And in the distance, we very, very clearly looks like we do have that tornado in progress. So let's go ahead and move all this away. And then go back to our radar feed, where we have multiple storm chasers showing that we have a large tornado in progress that is producing damage. All right, that's producing damage. Yeah, Brandon, Kopic, and other chasers did have it on stream. Obviously, can't share them. That's not something that we're allowed to show. But that is, yeah, a lot of chasers had it. We had it live on air. And you can still see that destructive debris ball. That is just something you never, ever, ever want to see. So everyone in the Mount Rose area, remain in your safe spots. Remain in your safe spots until we can get this out of here. Yeah, now just crossed the county line. I'm pretty sure this would be... There's going to be northwestern Jasper County. So it just crossed into northwestern Jasper County. So we're calling everybody out. Northwestern Jasper County, get to your safe spots. Everyone in northern Jasper County, get to your safe spots. This is a destructive tornado on the ground. Let's go ahead and go back out east. So we're not neglecting everybody. So we're not neglecting everybody because we have other areas of circulation. We have an area rotation trying to kick up here west of 63 that could pose a threat for a tornado. We're going back out here to also cover the fact that we have an area broad rotation trying to kick up here south of Center Point. We'll be moving southeast here, eventually towards Highway 231 if they do extend in that general vicinity. Everyone from Southport to Franklin, you're now under a... All right, we are dealing with more internet trouble. I think we're starting to come back a little bit. And then this is going to be moving towards Rose Hill eventually. The cameras are no longer showing anything of note. We don't have many cameras downstream because this is in very rural Illinois now. But we are going to be tracking this as it approaches Rose Hill. So everyone in Rose Hill, especially people in Rose Hill and everyone else in this polygon, you need to be in your safe spots immediately. There's a PDS tornado warning. That means a particularly dangerous situation. And if we go back out to the east, again, this one is starting to kick up. This one is starting to kick up here. North of Patricksburg. You can see that little hook right there. North of Patricksburg. We're going to need... We're going to need everybody in the path of this to seek shelter because we do have more of a defined hook forming at this current moment. And we're going to be watching that very closely. Going back out west for just a second. And yeah, we're still seeing that tornado on the ground. This one's still on the ground, everybody. This one is still on the ground. So we need everybody in the path of that to seek shelter right now. We're starting to see on some other streamers here, they're showing off down power lines. Down power lines, down trees. And it looks like it is starting to become more fully condensed. And we're going to try staying live for as long as we can, especially now with some of these tornadoes popping up. And another place we're worried about is going to be this storm right here approaching Ramsey. If you're in Ramsey, you gotta seek shelter immediately, as this could produce a tornado. This is a storm that's completely by itself. So everybody along 51, east and west of Ramsey, get to your safe spots right now. Let's see if we can get a camera view. Let's check our network. Check our network for a camera in the vicinity. Can we get a webcam on that? No, I don't see much right now. It is just a picture cameras that we have. So I'm actually going to go ahead and switch to one of our picture cameras. Because if we do see something, we might be able to see it on the picture camera. But only if it's going to be photogenic, which a lot of these have not been, except for the one that we saw live on air. All right, we do have cameras. They're obviously picture-by-picture cameras, so they take a picture every few minutes. But I am going to have this on in the background. If I do see something, I'll pull it up immediately. Yeah, everyone in Rose Hill, remain in your safe spots. Tornado is still in progress. Alright, so if we go back out here, we can continue to see this developing area circulation. We're going to see what they do with this here momentarily. If we can get another view of this storm from the one in Indy, the radar in Indy. We are tracking a tornado on the ground. This one's been on the ground for a while. And it's going to be right on top of Rose Hill, probably within 5 to 10 minutes. We got an absolute beast of a wall cloud of this as well. On some Chaser streams. And we did pick up a... We might have picked up a new tornado warning. Yes, we did. We picked up a new tornado warning. This one will be in Wisconsin. Let's go in and cover that to make sure that we're not neglecting anybody. But we're going to go... But our main focus is going to be on Rose Hill. You can see that this area right here moving towards Walworth. That area of circulation is going to be north of Sharon. You can see that we're kind of that red meets of the green right there. That's going to be where your circulation is going to be. And it's going to be moving towards the state line. There's already crossed state lines. Rockford, you're going to get some of the rain here. We're starting to get some of the first severe thunderstorm warnings in very north Illinois. So if we go back this way, Let's go and take a look at this. Yeah, continue to see that developing circulation near Fillmore. That is something that we're going to be watching very closely, as that could produce a strong tornado. And now we're starting to see this couplet here near Corey. That's something that we have to watch very closely. That is a couplet over there near Corey. As we're watching this develop, it might be on the ground. I'm going to take a look here. Yeah, we might have this on the ground. There might be some debris being picked up with this. So everybody in the path of this needs to be in their safe spots immediately. We have another developing tornado here southeast of Corey. That's going to be moving towards 59, Highway 59, and towards Patricksburg. So Patricksburg, don't get out of your safe spots. Stay in your safe spots. You got another couplet on the way. And this is something that we're not going to play around with. So as this continues to unfold, we also got to remember that we do have a tropical storm in the Atlantic that is going to be causing some heavy rainfall. I wanted to get the latest update here. Yeah, 40 miles per hour is going to produce a lot of rain. Right now, our main focus is going to be over Rose Hill. You can still see that tornado. Let's check the for any debris. I don't see any debris right now, but we're still going to treat it as a tornado on the ground regardless, because that might be a debris ball over there near Rose Hill. So everybody in the Rose Hill area, you need to be in your shelters immediately. And then if we go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and go back on the stream here. If we go back on the stream, if we can get this set up. So here is a replay of what we saw. You can see that tornado in the distance. I'll go into put this in a little bit of a faster speed. I'll put that in a faster speed here. But yeah, this is fast forward, but you can see this tornado. This was near, this was a camera in Effingham, if I'm saying that correctly. And you can see the sheer winds, the sheer gusts that we were seeing with this. And you can see a closer zoom in shot. Let me move this up a little bit so you can see more of the ground perspective. And you can see the dirt cloud. You can see all the swirls underneath that, likely causing a lot of damage. And that continue to develop even more. And you can kind of see how it's not really on the ground by this point, but that doesn't matter because you can still see the dirt cloud, so it was still producing damage at this point. And just a very impressive that we were able to get that on stream. And I'm going to keep this fast forward, and you can kind of see it come back down a little bit. And if you're just joining us, we're looking at a replay of a live tornado that we got on stream. You can still see that circulation right there. You can see those antennas shaking like crazy. There's a power flash somewhere in here, but I'm not sure when that was. I think it was already after this point. So I can get a little bit of buffering, but yeah, so that was a live replay of that tornado that we saw live on stream that has produced significant damage. So now going ahead, we are covering a brand new tornado warning here, including Franklin and areas southeast towards Shelbyville. This is an area that we covered, well, near here we covered another tornado on June 11th. It's going to be in effect till 10:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And it's going to be moving towards Highway 31, then Interstate 65. There should be cameras up there in Interstate 65. You can go in and grab those real quick. Because I don't think we're going to get anything off these cameras, by these picture-by-picture cameras. So just go ahead and get a live shot. And keep in mind, we're still not going to be done for several more hours. Alright, yeah, we do have cameras up in this general vicinity. We just got to figure out which one you want to click into. So it's going right for Franklin, by the way. Alright, this might go just north of this camera shot that we have. Oh, there is a camera right here that's also facing north. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get two cameras here. I'm going to get two cameras, and I'm doing this behind the scenes, but I'm trying to wrap up as soon as I can. Alright, there we go. That should be enough. We just gotta go ahead and cut this out a little bit. Let's completely get rid of those. Alright, and then we should now have two live cams coming up here. If I can get rid of this text as well. Okay, there we go. We're going to transition now. So here is two live cams that is basically right in that area. This is as close as we can get to this current tornado. And I picked the top left one. Let me make sure this is the right one I have. Yeah, so the top left one, this one will likely get hit. And then the one on the right, that one's going to be right near there facing north. So if you see any power flashes, it would probably come from the top right camera. Right? Yeah, the top right camera. So you can start to see that hook forming a little bit more as it approaches Franklin. So everyone in Franklin remain in your safe spots. And if you go back to this storm where we did have a tornado, this one was on the ground southeast of Corey, continuing to move towards Patricksburg. So everyone in Patricksburg remain in your safe spots until we can get you out of it. And as we zoom out, we're going and cover this tornado over here near Ramsey. Now southeast of Ramsey, you can see that hook kind of forming now as it's about to cross Highway 51. It's just about to cross Highway 51 here, if it hasn't already. And eventually will make its way towards Interstate 70, right towards Effingham. So if you're in Effingham, we got another round coming. This might go south of you guys, but we're going to be on the safe side. Better be safe than sorry. So stay weather aware. You might have another one on the way. And if I'm butchering that, I do apologize. So right now, we're going to try getting it from... Yeah, I want to see a tornado debris signature right now, but it's kind of getting far away for us to pick up a tornado debris signature. Unless it was a very, very intense tornado. So you can see that this is still kind of in a radar hole, but it's not as contaminated. We can see this is going to be right near Rose Hill, right near Yale. It's going to be southwest of Yale, moving towards Highway 49. Moving towards Highway 49 here. And this does have a history of producing a large tornado. They have extended this all the way towards the state line. That'll be in effect till 9:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So in case you missed it, we were able to cover a tornado live on air that happened near Shumway. And soon we'll probably do another replay of that. But right now we have our camera stationed on this tornado warning as about to cross Interstate 65. And these are the closest cameras to the scene. The one on the top left is just east of Franklin. The one on the top right is just southeast of Franklin. So if this does produce something, we'll have a very good shot at seeing it here. I don't think we can get anything better. So if you are in the path of this, especially in Franklin and Bengal, you need to be in your safe spots immediately. It's starting to form a bit more of a hook. Even if we don't get a tornado from this, it looks like it's primed to produce some pretty damaging winds with it. So just remain in your safe spot so we can get you out of it. Let's go back to Wisconsin real quick to cover that. And it is mainly going to be this rotation here southwest of Walworth that's going to be crossing the state line here. Do we have any signs of a tornado with this right now? No, we don't. And there's going to be two rules for us to get any imagery from this. So we're not going to be able to get anything out of that one. Do we have any other tornado warnings we haven't covered yet? No, we basically covered the bases. So let's go back to the one in Franklin. Because that's where we have our cameras at. And these cameras, again, these types of cameras, they can go down pretty quick. So I wouldn't be shocked if we did lose them at some point. Yeah, it's going to be right on top of Franklin now. And another thing, since I did see we have a uptick in amount of people watching, we are also dealing with some internet outages that last for like about 10 to 15 seconds at most. So the stream does buffer a little bit. That is the reason why, but it only happens like once every 20 to 30 minutes. So it's not that bad. I've tried everything before to fix it, even during part of the event, but couldn't find any fixes. So we want to make sure that these are refreshed. There we go. All right, let's go back to Illinois real quick so we can get a better view at this tornado-warned storm. And right now the rotation's now south of Yale. This is right on top of 49. And from, let's see if we can get something on. Yeah, right now it's pitch dark now, so it's going to be really hard to see things. See like tornadoes, especially like how we had it earlier in the stream. And if we go ahead and take a look at some of these other storms real quick. We're going to do a quick run of each of these again. You can see that hook continuing to form here, northwest of Brownstown. So this is a storm I'm going to be heavily watching. I am going to go ahead because I am being told that we might have a tornado down. You know, it'll be this one right here. Let's take a look. Yeah, it looks like we do have a tornado breeze signature of this one. So this is going to be a tornado on the ground. A tornado in progress right now. And it's going to be moving to the east And this is going to be in areas of, let's get the county information, northern Monroe and southern Morgan counties. So this would be a tornado in progress here, northeast of Spencer. So if you're in Spencer, get to your safe spots immediately. And we're now seeing the storm makes it crossing here. Excuse me, makes it crossing through here. I was going to refresh the videos. We're damaging winds and possible tornadoes with this right now. And you can see the conditions are already rapidly deteriorating here. Again, the wind speeds could exceed 60. You might see a power flash here, but no guarantees on that. I doubt we'll be able to see the tornado itself, because it's now nighttime. But you can see that circulation forming east of Franklin. And now here's your new tornado warning, by the way. There's going to be north of Steinsville. So everyone north of Steinsville needs to be in their safe spots. This needs to be observed. This absolutely needs to be observed. You're picking up a tornado debris signature with this right now. And I'm not sure why it's not observed right at this moment. Here comes the strongest of winds here. It is really rocking and thundering. Remember, the one on the top left is the closest to this storm. We go to the Franklin one. Yeah, just about across the interstate here. Yeah, this one near Steinsville. This one is continuing to be on the ground. You can see that velocity coupling right there is pretty intense. As that's gonna make a run for 37, Highway 37. As that's gonna continue to make its way through Indiana. So something that we weren't able to catch up on because of the tornado that we saw is the new risk. And yeah, they have kept the moderate. So there is still the potential for strong tornadoes. As that is tornado driven, they have significantly dropped out the wind and hail threat. So it's basically completely driven by tornadoes at this point. And we're probably going to be seeing tornadoes up until the early overnight hours. And remember, we're also watching Tropical Storm Arthur make its way through our area, or my neck of the woods here in southern Louisiana. Yeah, newest scan. Oh, yeah, deep debris ball. That is a deep debris ball northeast of Steinsville. That is a deep debris ball. So everyone in Steinsville, and they're going to be extending this all the way up towards Morgantown and Trevelac, if that's how you say that. You need to be in your safe spots immediately. That is another powerful tornado on the ground. You need to be in your safe spots immediately. And there you go. There's your PDS tornado warning. That has to be PDS. That is not a PDS. They'll probably issue one here soon, but it is a tornado confirmed on the ground by radar. You can see that deep debris ball on radar. So remember, your shelter is going to be in the most interior room of the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows. If you're outdoors in a mobile home or vehicle, get to the most substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. This will have the potential. We'll go in and check for cameras in that general vicinity. We do have one near Martinsville. If we can get one that's facing south. Okay, that's the closest we can get. We do have a camera in the area that we are going to switch to. And yeah, the camera on the top right, that's going to be... That right there is going to be where we could see a tornado. That is as close as we can get it. Yeah, just a deep debris ball right now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can see that right there. We're getting to the black pixels. And you can see it is absolutely rocking and thundering on this storm. As well on the top right. Let's go ahead and take... We'll go ahead and take priority on that one. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if the... I mean, this has to be PDS by now. I wouldn't be shocked if they went up to PDS on this. This is a very intense tornado on the ground that is producing a lot of damage. It is going through a very forested area right now. So I currently don't expect us to be able to get it on this camera, but we'll stay on it because that's the closest we can get. Just a deep debris ball on radar right now. And this is a radar confirmed tornado, not PDS just yet, but it is going to be PDS. I mean, that velocity signature is insane. So as we wait for the next update, we're going to go in and take a look here. We got an area broad rotation near Yale. We also have a new tornado warning for Effingham, so we can get that camera back up for Effingham. We'll go in and get that done. And here's your newest scan right here. This is going to be right near 37. It's going to be approaching 37. We'll cross 37. So if you are in, let's get the county information. What county is this in right now? It's in Northern Monroe County. So if you're in Northern Monroe County, get to your safe spots immediately. We have a intense tornado on the ground that is producing a lot of damage. Yeah, new tornado debris signature you could see on reflectivity and on CC, where we're basically scanning how much of it is actually rain, or if it's more towards tornado debris. And this is tornado debris. So we go back to multicam. We're going to continue to have that camera up for you guys until it's no longer necessary. And just to replay the radar, this is near Steinsville, northwest of Steinsville is when we first noticed it. And it just rapidly developed. And yep, newest scan right near 37. It's going to be crossing 37 in the next scan. Going to be crossing 37 in the next scan. So everyone in Northern Monroe County remain in your safe spots. They might be considering a tornado emergency with this. All right, no, they have not issued a tornado emergency, but they did issue a PDS tornado warning. I wouldn't be shocked if it was a topic of debate, considering how strong this tornado is. But this is going to be extended all the way near Interstate 65. We should have cameras up there if it does make it there. But yeah, just a strong tornado in progress here. Right on 37. This thing is absolutely ripping across trees right now. If you take a look at the satellite imagery, and go back to our radar feed, this is a satellite imagery of the area. You can see it's just ripping through trees right now. And unfortunately, we may have a... let me fix that. Yeah, unfortunately, we may have a community directly in the path of that. Let's see. Yeah, very close to call. If you're in this community, it doesn't show what the name of this is, you need to be in your safe spots. You absolutely need to be in your safe spots. And this is going to be crossing 37. I mean, at this point, it's basically already crossed 37. So we're going to be calling out Trevlock. Get your safe spots now. Morgantown, I know you're slightly out of it, but get your safe spots. Nashville, get your safe spots. Princess Lakes, get your safe spots. In Taylorsville, I would probably get your safe spots as well. I know you're slightly out of it, but if you feel unsafe, go ahead and get your safe spots. And yeah, massive debris spike, unfortunately. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is a massive tornado debris signature. That is a big tornado debris signature, so we need everybody. Again, like, I'm urging everybody, if you're in the path of this, you need to get to shelter. This is a very serious situation. This is a very serious situation. And we have no cameras on this. But if it does make it to the interstate somehow, we should have cameras on our network. And you're looking at a live view. This is southwest of Martinsville. And we're definitely not going to be able to see it because of the rain, but that's the closest we can get. Going back to radar feed to give you a better picture. And right now we're hoping this stays over trees. There is a community, unfortunately, I see down here. So I really hope it did dodge the community because this is a big-time tornado on the ground. And as we wait for the next scan, we're going to go ahead and go back out west. I mean, yeah, go back out west for a second. While we have that going on. And continuing to track an area rotation, making its way towards Effingham right now. That got hit by a tornado earlier. Tornado warning in Wisconsin was also dropped. And currently tracking this storm that does have a history of producing a strong tornado making its way towards Robinson and Trimble. So if you're in that area, you need to seek shelter immediately. They've also dropped the tornado warning for Franklin. They also dropped the tornado warning for Center Point as well. So after covering the other warnings right now, because again, we don't want to neglect everybody, here's your newest scan. And still a deep debris ball with this right now. And the velocity colors, I mean, I mean, you can just see for yourself. This is a big time tornado on the ground. This is going to be moving just northwest of Trevlock. And everybody in Trevlock, you need to be in your safe spots. This is still in northeastern Monroe County, but eventually we'll be crossing into northern Brown County. So this is in northeastern Monroe County, if I got that. Yeah, northeastern Monroe County. And then northern Brown County would be next. And if we just check the tornado debris signature, I mean, you can already see it on radar just how intense this is, but you can continue to see that. Let's go back to the radar. Let's go back to velocity. The cameras there are now down, but if this does make it to the interstate, which we hope it doesn't, we do have cameras there, all along there, that will be able to cover this. But this is just a big-time tornado right now that is likely intense to potentially even violent. Yeah, newest scan now is basically right on the county line of northeastern Monroe County. It's going to be right on northeastern Monroe County. There's going to be an intense tornado on the ground. And considering just how forested this is, I mean, there's definitely going to be a lot of trees down along 37. That's just going to be the reality of the situation. We're definitely going to have a lot of trees down along 37. So right now, I am hoping that the tornado did go north of this community that's out here. because besides that community, it is mainly just trees. Although there's a couple farm homes out here. I unfortunately wouldn't be surprised if this did hit a structure, but a lot of it should be trees, which is good news. But right now, this is right on the county line. We'll continue to push its way eastward. You have no camera coverage in this neck of the woods. This is way too forested for us to pick anything up. And the time is now 9:04 p.m. Central Time. And we're going to be waiting for the next update here. All right, we had a yep, my internet went out for like 2 seconds. So that's going to be an issue. About like every 20 minutes or so, the internet's probably going to go down for like 5 to 10 seconds. Yeah, so the newest scan here, still showing a tornado on the ground. You can see that, you can still see that deep tornado debris signature. And unfortunately, this is a very dense forest. So if there's any areas impacted here, it's gonna be really hard to get search and rescue efforts over to them. So speaking of that, we're gonna try getting a scanner up to see the ongoing situation. And this would be in let's go ahead and get it up. Yeah, Monroe and Brown Counties Public Safety. We're gonna have that one up now. It's gonna be playing a short ad that I'm gonna have in the background, but the most hopeful scan is that the velocity is dying out a little bit, but we still have that debris ball right now. So this is just about across. I'm gonna go and turn on the scanner for a second, but yeah, this is gonna cross into northern Brown County. I'm not gonna have the scanner up in the background audio because some of the stuff they can get into is pretty. Hold on, let me confirm this right here because we are getting some information in. All right, not gonna broadcast that, but yeah, the scanners. I mean, they can cover some pretty graphic stuff sometimes. So we're not gonna have that up anymore like we used to. But I'll have it out in the background. I'll broadcast anything that they say. But yeah, just crossed into Brown County. This is now in northwestern Brown County. So they're calling in All right, so they're en route to this right now. Yeah, the velocity on the top left here. So right now they have dropped the PDS tag on it. They have dropped the PDS tag, but you can still see that debris ball. A lot of it's likely fallout at this point. Yeah, a lot of it's fallout. So that's debris falling from the sky. That's what fallout is. That's debris falling from the sky from all the trees and structures that it hit. We also did pick up a new tornado warning into Indiana here for Sullivan and Oaktown, and Long 41. Bucktown is also in it. Sanborn, Linton, and Edwardsport. That's just a few locations in the affected area of this tornado warning. This will be in effect till 10:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for a possible tornado moving east at 55 miles per hour. And this does have a history of producing a tornado. And if we go back to this one over here, we can see some broad rotation over here near Watson, but across 57 into Watson. There isn't really much of a point in checking the cameras because that we have over there because it won't show anything. Because it's just gonna face the hail core of the storm. Excuse me. So yeah, the tornado I would say has I again everyone should remain in their safe spots, but I am fairly confident that the tornado has lifted or has died down to an extent. And again, we're gonna be already clearing areas of Champaign and Lincoln. You guys are done. You guys are done. We're gonna be worried about northern Chicago, areas north of the Chicago area for a severe thunderstorm that has produced a tornado as well. Yeah, newest scan. Let me fix that so it's not showing two velocities. The newest scan does show that the tornado has very likely fizzled out. We're gonna be watching for redevelopment here. But for right now, it's definitely not as strong as it used to be. And yeah, that debris ball is basically fizzled out. So I think there's a fair amount of confidence that this tornado has fizzled out. So we are going to be taking a bit of a small break just real quick. So that way I can go ahead and use the restroom just real quick. I'll be gone for like a minute at most. But yeah, our live coverage is going to continue in about 1 to 2 minutes. Stay tuned. All right, we are back on the air. We do have a brand new tornado warning that was issued for Bloomington and area southeast. And this is going to be in effect until 10:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And you can see the replay of that intense tornado that touched down. Intense to violent tornado. With the remnants of that now crossing 135. And we're going to be watching that for any signs of redevelopment. Elsewhere, we are watching these two areas here for the possibility of a tornado. This one is starting to get itself together in southeast of Trimble, about across the state line. So we are going to have to be watching this very closely. This is a storm that is basically by itself right now. This warning in Indiana will be in effect till 10:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. For the possibility of a tornado. And let's go ahead and take a look. So I just heard over the radio, the scanner here for this intense to violent tornado. And we do have power lines down and trees down. It's likely going to be a while before we can confirm anything more. Multiple trees down at the 130 area. But yeah, this tornado warning storm near Watson is about to cross Highway 45 here momentarily. And as we go over here real quick, again, Bloomington is going to be right in that. And we do have a camera out there. Let's see if that one's up. Yeah, we'll go to our multicam. Yeah, there's our I guess I'll have to have it stretched out like that, but that is a live view of the area. Oh, wait, I know why it's doing that. Give me 1 second. I can fix that easily. There we go. And then I could stretch this back down. But yeah, that is a live view out of Bloomington at the university where your college football champions are at. And we're going to keep that camera up for as long as we can. But yeah, they are already doing search and rescue. They are doing search and rescue right now in northern Monroe County. The scanner connects Monroe and Brown County together. Yeah, so newest report, numerous trees down. So that is obviously the common message. This went through a very forested area. They're closing down roads, obviously. And go ahead and get in an update here. Yeah, new severe thunderstorm warning issued. This is gonna include a large chunk of eastern Illinois from Westfield all the way up towards Edgar. So everyone in Edgar and to Westfield, you need to be in your safe spots from this severe thunderstorm warning. And it's eventually going to cross into Indiana. And right now, broad rotation present over areas in southeast of Watson. We're going to keep an eye on that as that is a very discreet storm. And right now, we might see some of the circulation trying to kickstart right here, northeast of Bloomington. And we have no sense of debris ball. I mean, no sense of a tornado debris signature with that one right now. But that's something that we're going to have to keep a very close eye on. There's still some pretty gusty winds as a result of this. That's something we're going to have to be worried about. And yeah, we're seeing like multiple videos of the tornadoes earlier today. Doing some very intense tornado damage in that area. And right now, we're tracking the circulation east of Bloomington right now. Going to be continuing to move toward the southeast towards Interstate 65. We're going to be watching these for any signs of we're going to be watching this storm for any signs of redevelopment here over the next 30 minutes or so. Yeah, right now, if we go ahead and turn off the storms right here, you could see the moderate corridor right here. It's a very small area at this point, but the possibility of strong tornadoes is still present for at least a bit longer. So right now, the watch in Illinois, that one expires at 10 p.m. And then the one in Indiana, that one will expire at midnight. And if we go ahead and check out... I'm going to check out this area right now. Man, we're going to be watching this area very closely to see if this does form into anything serious. As is now pushing closer to the outer edge of the moderate corridor. You're still watching this area rotation here. Moving southwest of Sullivan. There's going to be crossing Highway 41 momentarily. There's going to be moving towards Bucktown and areas along Highway 41. So we are going to be worried about this as it continues to move east, now fully into the Indiana area. Just getting so many videos of the tornadoes today. So we're going to zoom out here so you can get a general understanding what's going on at this point. And if you're going to have a tornado, it'll be right around here. That's going to be southeast of Bloomington, where we have that camera on the top right. That I'm pretty sure it's not facing the circulation at hand. But this is an area that we are watching very closely. No sign of a tornado debris signature at this current moment. But we're going to need everybody here southeast of Bloomington to be in their shelters. Bloomington itself is in the clear. You are clear from this tornado-warned storm. However, it's going to be people in areas southeast of Bloomington that's going to be an area to watch. Yeah, here comes your newest scan here. So another area of circulation to be worried about. Let's see if we got any traffic cameras in the area. It is going to be facing more at the actual circulation itself, but it's not going to be close enough for us to get anything on it. We'll have it popped up here. Now you can start to see that hook forming a little bit. It is becoming stronger. We'd really like to have this off to the side a little bit, so that way we could pop this up. Let's go ahead and start playing this. I mean, 1 second to crop it. Here's your live views out of Bloomington, Indiana. We were continuing to track a tornado-warned storm making its way to the southeast here. I'm starting to see that hook echo really start to get itself together. So that is going to be concerning. They're probably going to get ready to drop this tornado warning that's in effect. That was east of Watson here soon. And we're starting to see this rotation. Let's go ahead and get it from the other side to get a better view. Yeah, that's why I wanted to check. It's still pretty broad right now. I'm about to cross 41 here probably within the next 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. It is going to be really interesting to see what we go through here. And yeah, so we're going to be watching this very, very carefully as this continues to be a threat for a possible tornado. We're also going to be watching this pretty carefully here near Taylorville. Let's go ahead and get some cameras out there, shall we? If we are able. Is the only camera in the vicinity. So I do have a feeling that's no longer going to show us anything of note. So yeah, those two cameras are facing these two right here. The one on the top left. That one's going to be facing the one. We're going to make this a little bit larger. The one on the top left, that one is going to be moving towards Taylorsville. That one's in Taylorsville. The other one is in Bloomington. And yeah, you can start to see a little bit more of a circulation trying to kick up here. Now crossed 41, going to be moving towards Bucktown. So everyone in Bucktown, get to your safe spots immediately. And remain in there until we can get you out of it. Oh yeah, I'm going to be really worried for any signs of redevelopment with this one. Let's go ahead and just swap our camera out on that one and see if there's any one of these are working. We'll go ahead and have that camera up. So we're going to be watching for any signs of redevelopment here with this storm as that's going to continue to move eastward. I'm pretty sure this is now just about to exit the moderate corridor. Well, it has a little bit to go, but it will soon exit the moderate corridor. I'm going to drink some water real quick. Yeah, it's right on the interstate now. It's going just south with the camera. We have two cameras. We have one northwest of Taylorville. That's the one on the top left, and the one is like kind of more farther south. It's the only one I would face north that still works. We did just pick up a brand new tornado warning. This one's going to be north of the Chicago area. Go and make sure that we cover that here. And yeah, you can see that little couplet right here. I'm going to be approaching Interstate 94 near Green Oaks. So if you're in Libertyville or Green Oaks, get to your safe spots right now. North Chicago's in it. Lake Forest, Lake Bluff, Park City, Wildwood, Libertyville, and Green Oaks are in it, as well as Round Out. There's going to be for a possible tornado moving east at 35 until 10 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time. No signs of a tornado debris signature yet with that storm. So here's a replay of this developing storm right here. We're going to be watching this very closely as it approaches 135. And you can kind of see that hook really starting to emerge, that circulation getting itself together. Northwest of Freetown. And by this point, this broad area of circulation is just across the interstate. Don't see much, so we are going to pull away from those cameras now. And see what else. Yeah, I don't see any other cameras right now we could work with. So let's go back to radar view for right now. And this is going to be continuing to pose a threat for tornadoes for at least another 2 more hours. So yeah, the debris height from that tornado we had live on stream, it went up to nearly 30,000 feet in the air. Which is a very insane height for a tornado. And then we also did get an extension of this one, of this tornado warning all the way towards Bloomfield, where we are tracking an area of broad rotation that is trying to get itself back together. And I'm pretty sure this is the same storm that produced that tornado that we were just talking about. They've also dropped the tornado warning for Illinois. Let's go back up north to check out the one up here to make sure we're not neglecting that. Still a pretty broad area of rotation. Let's take a look at, yeah, no signs of a. All right, we are back on the air. Again, we are dealing with internet issues just for our replay viewers. There's nothing I can do to fix that. But yeah, there's going to be a tornado moving towards Green Oaks, Libertyville. So take shelter in an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Yeah, and here comes an area of rotation forming, quickly forming now. Now on top of 135. This is something that would probably, right now in the short term, will be my biggest area of concern for a possible tornado. And right now, it's going to make a run towards Interstate 65, where we do have cameras in that general vicinity if we need to pop those up. Excuse me if you heard that. All right, so while we have a moment, let's go ahead and go back down south because again we are doing with Tropical Storm Arthur. You can see some of that rain is coming on shore now into our neck of the woods. We have a special marine warning in effect for Lake Pontchartrain. And is going to be in effect till 11 o'clock p.m. tonight. And the main threat's going to be flash flooding with this. Currently at my station, we picked up 0.1 inches of rain, so not much, but we're gonna get a lot of rain here soon. We're gonna be picking up a lot of rain, and I'm actually gonna check to see the current pressure at our weather station. We did pick up a gust of 18.3 miles per hour at the station, and a pressure. It's currently around 1,011 millibars right now at this current time. Let me go and just drink some more water. They did drop that tornado warning that was in effect near Taylorsville. All right, so just drink some water. Just go back out here. So they did extend that tornado warning all the way towards the interstate, towards I-65 into the Seymour area. So if you're in the Seymour area, you want to go in and take your tornado precautions immediately. And when this gets a little closer, once we know where it's going, we're gonna go in and get some cameras up for you guys. Yeah, this is a rapidly developing area of circulation. No signs of a tornado debris signature right now with this. So you're going to be watching out as this is going to keep developing as it gets closer to the interstate where we do have cameras. I just want to get a general understanding of where it's going now before we start popping some of those up. All right, we're going to get these cameras set up now because there's a decent amount of them that we have available on our network. So please stand by and we'll get those cameras up as soon as we can. All right, let's go ahead and get this lined up. The newest scan does show that we may have a tornado trying to develop right now. I'm not able to get a good look at it because I am currently setting up cameras. All right, so that'll be camera number 1. Going to get camera number 2. Or just give me 1 second. Oof. And then I'll put up one more camera. And then we'll get ready to switch. All right, so transitioning to these cameras now. This is a live look at the interstate where we're about to see a tornado, possible tornado cross this area. And we have cameras along Jonesville. We have another one along Jonesville if we need to pop it up. Take a look at that angle real quick. It'll be from that angle. Just try to see which one. And then we have this one right here near Little Acre. Yeah, the rotation of this is still it's not really fully organized, but it is pretty organized for a broad type rotation. We also did pick up a new tornado warning for some reason near Clifford and Hope. So if you're in Clifford and Hope, get to your safe spots immediately. And the tornado warning up there was also dropped. So right now we're going to keep tracking this until it crosses the interstate. After that, we'll see if some cameras downstream, but if not, that will be the last of it that we could cover on this. But right now, this is a pretty impressive looking storm approaching the interstate. So it looks like we did lose that camera, so we're going to go ahead and swap it out. No, our internet's fine. So right now we're starting to see this near the cameras we have in the area. Again, these could go down pretty quick. So you always do gotta remember that. And it looks like we did lose some already. See, unfortunately, it does look like we lost two of the closest cameras we have to the scene. Yeah, they are down. That one's not seeing anything. We'll stay on those and see if they do come back. But if they don't come back soon, we're just going to swap them out. But there's no other cameras that are closer in this general vicinity. Yeah, this is about to be on Interstate 65 here near Jonesville. So if you're in Jonesville, you want to be in your safe spots. Yeah, that one up there is not coming back. So we'll go ahead and just swap that one out. We have one that's working, and we'll try to get the bottom left one to work. Yeah, there's going to be moving on up towards Jonesville here. Probably within 10 or so minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, it'll be there. The tornado warning for Bloomfield is also dropped, so now we just have these two remaining. And it's going to be right on Interstate 65 here very soon. We do have those two cameras in the area. They might go down just as quick as they did with the cameras that are even closer, but we'll have to see. It'll be the one that's on the top right. If we see anything, that's probably where we could see something. But yeah, with it obviously being nighttime, it's going to be a lot harder to see stuff. But yeah, this velocity right here has gotten a lot more tighter. And at least the last couple scans. You have we'll go in and see if we have any signs of debris. We don't have at the moment. Yeah, that camera down there is down, so we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. We'll go ahead and toss that one aside. We also do have an update in the tropics that the tropical cyclone we've been tracking, Tropical Storm Arthur, has been downgraded to a post-tropical cyclone, but it will continue to bring rainfall to the area over the next couple days. But it has now been weakened below tropical storm requirements. But yeah, newest scan a little bit more hopeful right now. All right, this is just about to cross. I'm gonna check one last time to see if we got those cameras up or if they're down. Yep, they're down. All right. So your best view is going to be from the top right. That's facing due north where we have this area that we're tracking for a possible tornado. There is cameras even closer, but it's not working, unfortunately. They were, but they just stopped. So that sucks. It is about to be in Jonesville here soon. They're going to be dropping this tornado warning up here to the northeast, by the way. So if so, this will be the only tornado warning left that we have on the board right now. So we're just about to roll over to 10 o'clock, which means the first watch for Illinois, if it hasn't been already dropped already, that one has been that one will expire in a minute from now. But here comes the rainfall from this. And there is a chance we don't see much because it's nighttime. But it is going to be right on top of 65 here, right now. You can kind of see some of the bands on the street lights on the top right camera, if you can see that. And I'm gonna try one more time because again that's as close as we can get. Yeah, they're down. All right. We're just seeing that they would magically come back on in the last second, but yeah, at this point it is crossing the interstate right now, Interstate 65. You can kind of start to see. Let me refresh. There we go. You can kind of start to see that rainfall get a little bit more heavy. I don't think things will get too heavy, considering this kind of right outside the main supercell. But if this thing somehow touches down, we'll be able to see it here. But don't be surprised if nothing much is happening with this one. Yeah, zooming out now, the severe threat is starting to come down. We have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings and 2 tornado warnings. So we are starting to calm down now. We're going to see tomorrow the true extent of the damage caused by this round of storms. And over the next few days, we'll see the ratings come out. Yeah, this part of this part of the country has been hit really hard by tornadoes. We covered one on June 11th. We covered more before that. And yeah, so pretty active. But right now, hopefully soon we can start to wrap things up a little bit. Yeah, this just crossed. Yeah, nothing much. Looks like the rotation has gotten a lot weaker, too. We're going to keep an eye on it for any signs of redevelopment. Going out west now, we're seeing some severe thunderstorm activity still. We might track this for a possible tornado, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and penny-sized hail. This is going to be moving towards Riley. We had a camera out here that we seen probably the wall cloud of it try forming. So just to get a replay, now that we're kind of in this low spot for a little bit, or hopefully for the rest of the night, I'm going to give that another replay of the tornado that we had on the ground. So let's go back to radar feed. And I'm not sure which one this is going to be on. I'm going to have to go back to multicam for just a second. All right. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get a replay of the tornado that we had earlier today. If we go ahead and full screen this properly just real quick. Let me just do that. And then we can just move that out here. Yeah, there's going to be a replay of the tornado that we had live on air. And you can see that camera on the top left. I'm going to go in and put this on full 4x speed. It's going to appear here in just a second. It'll be here. Let me skip ahead a little bit. Yeah, oh, never mind. There it is right there. So yeah, that is the tornado right there. We took that full. And this might have been right when it touched down. I'm not sure. I would have to, we're going to have to see in the survey. But it likely touched down very recently before that. Camera went down briefly. And you can continue to see that tornado move to the move to the right. Let me move down. And and from the reports, this definitely caused some significant damage. And they turn it right here. And we're going to have to see the true extent of the damage. Again, if you're just joining us, this is a replay of the tornado we had live on stream earlier. And, yeah, you can still see that swirl. Pretty sure there was a power flash somewhere in here. As that went across, I think that was like 47. Let me see. Let me correct myself. Yeah, no, 45 and 57 is where it crossed the highway and the interstate. Yeah, then it starts to get shrouded in more rain, still on the ground by this point. And eventually, after this point, on some chaser feeds, it showed a house getting ripped apart as it rapidly intensified. And you can see those antennas shaking like crazy from the wind. You're not going to get a camera angle any better than that. Yeah, that was a... We're going to let this play out for the rest of it, but... I will say, by the way, update, they did drop the tornado warning for Hope and Clifford. And they're about to drop the... they're probably about to drop the one in effect for Jonesville. And if no other tornado warnings are issued, after that, that will be the last tornado warning for now. There will be no more tornado warnings left on the board. You can see how rain-wrapped it is by that point. You can still see a little bit of the condensation. But yeah, that's what we were worried about, the rain-wrapped tornado risk. Even though we were able to see this very clearly for a bit, it did become photogenic pretty... I mean, rain-wrapped very quickly. And yeah, so that's going to be the end of that replay. So we're gonna have to see how the surveys come out tomorrow, and over the next few days, the extent of the damage. We'll probably see. I'm interested to see the extent of the damage on the northern Monroe into like northwestern Brown County tornado that we had. That had a very powerful signature of a big debris ball. And we do have reports of damage to vehicles along 37, so unfortunately it looks like some vehicles were trapped along 37 when that tornado crossed. And for right now, with the lack of warnings to cover, I think we are going to go ahead and take a break here. And we're going to pause and see if there's any other signs of, if we get anything that redevelops or if there's something that needs our immediate attention, we'll go ahead and switch to that. But for now, we've basically covered everything there is to right now. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. You're currently watching the skies, and we'll be back right after this. All right, everybody. We are going to be preparing to end stream. If there is another tornado after this that needs our immediate attention, we'll go ahead and go back on the air to cover. But for right now, our coverage of this event will be concluding. Thank you guys for watching. Today was an intense day. We had a tornado live on stream for the first time since, I think it was the one near Bay, Arkansas. I do know we had one near Bay, Arkansas. I think that was the last time we had a tornado on stream. So, thank you guys for watching. For our replay viewers, again, the internet issues, I know. I'll try to get this fixed. So we're going to have a lot of time to get it fixed. But, yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. This has been Watching the Skies. Watching for everything. Stay safe out there.